mind controls our body, while our body protects our mind. Together, there's a connection between our mind, our body, and our self-awareness. My name is Jim Moltzen, and I'm here to explain some of the options and benefits to practicing Tai Chi, Qigong, and other martial arts exercises for health. We all have choices. They're not always good ones, but we all have choices. You can choose to exercise. You can choose to practice relaxed deep breathing. You can choose to engage your thought with positive things. If we can turn the news on and get all torqued and upset and turn the news off and not be as torqued and upset by it, right? So all these things we can control. So we got to do the other side. So now we would shift to the left because you're going to notice one side is going to be better or worse than the other. So I'm centered over my left foot. This foot has a little weight. I sink down on the left side. Scoop up the hand, other hand by your elbow. Gently turn to the right. If you can, try to lift that leg. If you can point your toes, point your toes. And then if you can gently twist your spine so as to turn behind. If you look at the base positions, the root positions, those are pretty much the same. The buckle stance, the inverted T stance. We have the ba stance that we'll be doing, cross step or twisted stance, your cat stance, rooster stance. It's going to be the same idea of getting there. Is that a good example? We started out, it's kind of easy. Okay, got a little difficult. You start playing the mind game, the inner dialogue. You're not telling me, other than I hear a chuckle here and there, but in your thought pattern, you're going, okay, this is difficult. I got to balance. I got to shift my weight. All that talk that's going on is good because you're talking with yourself, and it's giving you something to focus on, as opposed to the rest of our activities throughout the day where our mind spins. We think about the weather, our health, finances, whatever else is in front of us and bothering us. When we do these exercises, it makes us think about our body and our thought process of what we need to do to accomplish it. I've been doing this class for over it's about 20 years down the road at the Winter Park Presbyterian Church, but I've been doing martial arts and wellness and fitness training since I was 16 years old. So what I need to do is get you all in the room. You're all sitting in the room physically, right? But that doesn't mean your mind's in the room. You could be thinking about lunch, it's 11:30, what you're doing the rest of the day. So we're just going to start with a basic type of breathing exercise to help bring your awareness into the room so that when I'm talking, it's going to make sense. You're not going to be thinking about lunch at Four Rivers down the road. You're hopefully focusing on what we're doing here. The more you move, the more you get a sense of where your center of gravity is at, where your balance should be. What happens, though, is we are self-defeating in that we try to do exercises to stay fit and maybe healthy, but we don't necessarily try to be well. Well is like the overall picture. So fitness would be like when you're 19 or 20, you can go run 5 miles and then go home and drink beer and smoke a pack of cigarettes, and then the next day do it again. Run 5 miles again, do a marathon. Because when you're young, your body can stay fit. As you get older, you want to stay healthy. I'm going to bend both knees and shift my weight to the right side so as to make a half circle. And then I get my weight kind of centered over both hips, both legs, back to the center position. That's the first step. Then my arms come up, and then my wrist, my elbows, my shoulders relax. As my arms drop, my hips, my knees, my ankles bend. T stance with the feet. Start to turn the torso. Yin-yang blocks. Hand by your temple. Other hand by your hip. So there's my post. My left foot, knee, hip, shoulder. And then we sink down. But we always do the whole set, all the details. You try to do it on both sides. So that way you're developing coordination, the strength, flexibility, the energy, equally on both sides. This is the form of the practice if you're heavily on one side. If your posture, you have a tendency to stand on one side. If one shoulder you favor when you drive. Okay? Any of the issues where you favor one side, 8 vessels is the ideal set to practice because everything gets balanced out from the practice of it. All right? This is this type of a movement right here. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, which will connect all the way down to his lower body if the whole technique is, well, yeah, you go down and your wrist is broken and your shoulder's dislocated. I spin the ball. So really I'm pushing from my feet. My feet push, my hip moves, my hand finishes. And this hand is very loose, just like it's floating. And then I come back to the center. When my hands come back, my weight comes back to the center. Here's the ball. So now I'm going to shift towards your right as I throw that ball to the left. I started my martial arts training at the age of 16. I was looking for other options of ways to stay in good shape and at the same time be able to defend myself. What I found was a lifelong journey of ways to learn and improve my life and to improve my focus. Oftentimes, I invite medical professionals to come out to speak at my classes. They can talk about the benefits as I demonstrate how these exercises can make your mind, your body, and all different aspects of your life improve from doing these types of movements.
Here, he's opening up his rib cage, okay? So, you're opening and stretching it up. Lack of activity closes everything, okay? Increase of activity increases circulation, okay? So he's opening up his ribs, okay? He's opening up the muscles, just to move it a little bit more, okay? What does just turning the light bulb have to do? You have to go and reach to get some off of a shelf, okay? The older we get, the more we realize how important it is to be able to reach across a counter, go underneath the sink to get something.
Today's seniors are younger. That is to say that with aging baby boomers, better health, and more financial security, they're doing more and are demanding more activities even as they age. And area organizations have responded.
Jim Molson teaches Tai Chi to seniors at Winter Park Memorial Hospital. Participants say Tai Chi has helped them maintain their active lifestyles.
I come to Tai Chi class for the movement, for the activity, for moving different muscles and so forth, and for the camaraderie. I do other things, and the Tai Chi just seems to help go along with it. I do a lot of hiking, a lot of walking.
One of my favorite things to practice is weapons training. It's not just about being able to twirl a sword or look flashy, but more important, speed, timing, coordination, and the most important thing is the ability to focus on one thing while there's many other things going on around you. There came a point in my training where it made sense that I should try to find various teachers in different aspects of martial arts and fitness. I was able to find many respectable teachers who were willing to teach at a high level of ability. Learning from other martial artists with diverse backgrounds and other styles helped to complement what I had already been learning and practicing for years.
This hand's moving back like that. Lean forward.
Starts off. King holds the flag. Step. Wind blows the rest of clouds. Pull your hand in, block in front, block behind, 45 cut.
As we all continue to age, I think we can agree that it's most important that we stay in good shape, have a strong, positive attitude, and we have good friends and communication around us. I urge anyone seriously interested in reaching their highest potential, physically, mentally, and seeing their true self, to contact me as soon as possible for a free consultation.